Daniel Dubois, the regular WBA heavyweight champion, says that he's interested in fighting the likes of Derek Chisora or Dillian Whyte, I guess, in his next fight. Now, I think they're both good fights for him. They're fights that will allow him to progress, not only in terms of his development as a fighter, but also in terms of raising his profile if he was to beat one of these guys. But what's in it for them? If Chisora or Whyte were to take this fight, what do they gain exactly? Because up until this point, they haven't been keen on fighting Daniel Dubois. Not that they're scared, but there didn't seem to be much of an upside. He isn't a big commercial draw at this stage. And up until now, he didn't have any trinkets, any belts that they would want. But now he does. So the more I think about it, this could be a good move for a Dillian Whyte or a Derek Chisora, because these are two fighters who very few people believe will ever become world champions. This is perhaps the best opportunity they will ever get to call themselves a world champion of some sort. And if they were to beat a Daniel Dubois, then it could springboard them into bigger fights for more money and potentially a crack at a legitimate world title again. So there is some upside now for the likes of Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora if they were to fight Daniel Dubois. Now with Derek Chisora, he doesn't seem that bothered about world titles. So maybe he's less likely to go down this particular route. But for Dillian Whyte, he surely does want a world title before he calls it a day. Maybe he's changed his mind after the Tyson Fury fight, I don't know. But he certainly had the ambition to try and fight for a world title prior to Fury, because he was pursuing Deontay Wilder as well. So what do you guys think of Dillian Whyte taking a shot at Daniel Dubois' world title? Do you think that would be a good move for Dillian Whyte? Do you think that would be an understandable move? Do you think that would be a worthwhile risk? Because it is a risk. From what I've seen over the past year or two, Dillian Whyte's punch resistance has deteriorated significantly. So going in there against Daniel Dubois, who is a very heavy-handed guy, there is the very real possibility that Dillian Whyte gets iced again, because he's been iced twice now in his past 3 fights against Tyson Fury, and even worse in the first Povetkin fight where he was knocked out cold. He wasn't able to get back to his feet from that uppercut the way he was from Fury's uppercut. So Daniel Dubois, not necessarily known as the uppercut king. He does have uppercuts there, but it's primarily hooks, right? And straight shots with Daniel Dubois rather than uppercuts. But he's so heavy-handed, I wouldn't think it would matter that much. If he connects with a big right hook or a straight right hand, or even a left hook like the one he hit Trevor Bryan with against Dillian Whyte, I'm expecting Dillian Whyte to be sprawled out on the canvas. With that being said, will Dillian Whyte be able to land his own shots on Daniel Dubois? And how will Dubois react if Dillian Whyte cracks him with a big left hook? I'd be interested to find out. Dillian Whyte still has skills. And against a guy like Dubois, who isn't as tall and rangy as Tyson Fury, not as mobile, not as fast, not as slick, you have to figure that there's a much better chance of Dillian Whyte landing one of them big shots on Dubois than there ever was of him landing the big shots on Fury, who decided to box tall and long and stay out of the way and not really engage at close quarters. So yeah, just some food for thought. What do you guys think of Dubois, first of all, calling out Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte? And then which fight do you think would be most realistic? Which fight do you think is more likely to happen? And from the perspective of Whyte or Chisora, do you think this will be a good fight or a logical fight for them? Let me know in the comment section below.